The richest people on this planet, 3,000 of them, saw their wealth increase by 3.63 trillion. At the other end of the scale, 100 million more people were pushed into extreme poverty over these last 2 years, so that the number of people in extreme poverty, that's the worst you can be, according to this report, on the world as a whole, 711 million. So we added 100 million people while we made the richest billionaires richer still. And I say we, I'm being polite. Capitalism is the system that does that. And that's what we need to understand. The richest 10% of the world's people, because we have a world that's governed by the capitalist economic system, one way or another. 10% of the global population owns 76% of all wealth. The top 10% own more than 3/4 of all the wealth. At the other end, the bottom 50%, that's 3.5 billion people, half the people of this world at the bottom. The bottom half, together, they own, ready? 2%. There is no ethics, no morality that can defend that or justify it, even though you'll see quite a few hucksters devoting themselves to trying. And when it comes to income, it's not much different. Top 10% get 52% of all the income, and the bottom 50%, they get 8% of all the income. This is so horrific that we've seen recently, and I've mentioned it on this program, an effort to kind of get your attention away from the horror I just described to you by saying, well, we should credit capitalism because of over the last 3 centuries, conditions for people have improved. We do live longer, and we do have, in other words, don't look at the reality we live in, feel better because it could have been worse. And isn't capitalism good because it did it? I hate this. I hate it because it distracts us from the conditions now. It's an attempt to distract us from the immorality of the economic system called capitalism that generates these results. But most importantly, it's wrong. You know why we live longer? You know why we have some of the benefits that have developed over the last 3.5 centuries? It's not because of capitalism. It's despite capitalism. Every advance, whether it was public education, whether it was subsidized housing, whether it was improved health care, has been fought for by the mass of people against the opposition of capitalists. They want us to credit their system for what they tried to prevent and often did delay it. Look, every Western European country has a national health service guaranteeing everybody health insurance. We don't even have that yet. And guess who's opposing it? The mass of people? The labor movement? The businesses, the corporate businesses that run the hospitals, the drug companies, and all the rest. We know who pushes for the advance. Don't be fooled. Capitalism produced the awful results of inequality we see today, and it fought all the gains that we have enjoyed over the last 300 years. And that's why it's appropriate to criticize capitalism. We have altogether too little of it in this country.